hope you're all doing well. That was my new lesson, learning the countdown. But I'm trying to put the background here and I can't see the background. I wonder why. So I guess I'll figure it out later. It says add background. So I have. So I wonder why it's not showing. Okay. Anyhow, I guess I'll learn that later. Oh, I can do lots of things here. I got to learn this. So who do we have here? Ashley is here from London. Says, hi, sir, 30 May, London. Thank you for that. It's Astley, not Ashley. Yo, Aman, yes. Hello, 20 Mail, India. Thank you for that. I just got to know, I've got another thing. If you guys let me see if I can figure this out, that would be great. It's a surprise, I guess, but I got to learn it. How do we do that? Background. Show. Show. Okay. Not sure how it works. What backgrounds do you guys see here? Let's see. Mm, mm, mm. All right. Whatever. I got to figure it out later. I know how it works. Background. Okay. I guess I don't know. And Aman says, "Do you like here, there, and everywhere?" Song by Paul McCartney. Have you heard it? I may have heard it, but I don't know the name, so I will only know if I've heard it when I hear it, which means I don't know if I've heard it or not. But Paul McCartney has been, of course, one of the Beatles, original Beatles, when I was a kid, and so he's very. Um, I like his music. I haven't heard this one, um, so I'm 1 hour and a bit late than usual because I had something I had to take care of. I had to leave home and take care of that. And can you guys hear me okay? Is the sound quality good? Every time I have the recording, when I look at it, it's not that good. While I have one of the better microphones, but somehow it doesn't seem to be picking it up. I don't know what is the problem. Let's see. Camera, audio. Audio is the default of Scarlett 212. Okay, great. So it's good. Mm-hmm. All right. I can try this. Check this out, guys. Wait for it. Wait for it. Wait for it. There we go. There we go. See the background. All right. So now, how can I have both? I can't have both, can I? I guess that's how it is. I don't know how to work it. Okay, I couldn't get you guys a background. Like, it's either me or the background, one of the two. So Aman says, yes, sound quality is good. I feel I'm not okay. Well, so I'm feeling boring and not good as other guys. Well, that's a problem. One of the problems in life is that we create for ourselves. We constantly compare ourselves with the others. As what would you do if there was no other human being on earth but you and your girlfriend? Would you still have a problem of not having enough confidence? You'd know that you're the only one, and there's no one that could ever be better than you in any way, shape, or form. And you wouldn't even need to compare yourself or ask this question one way or another. Why? Because it never dawns on you when there's only you and your girlfriend in this world. But the problem is that since childhood, we've been compared with the others. So we learned that if we want to know how good we are or if we are good or not in something, whatever, we must have somebody else to compare ourselves with. And since those somebody else's are not just one constant person and standard, we're constantly feeling inferior. So, what's the key? Never compare yourself with anyone. Why? Because, as far as you're concerned, there's only one of you in this world, just like there's no one else in existence on this planet but you and your girlfriend. And therefore, you don't have to compare yourself with anyone. And if it's not about relationship, well, just think that you're the only one who can do whatever it is that you do. Nobody else is out there. Like, don't compare. Try to make yourself the best possible version of yourself, most advanced, most educated as far as what it is that you want to know to help you to do whatever you do the best way you can do. But and advance yourself, educate yourself, but don't compare yourself. If you want to compare yourself with yourself. Like, how good did I do this thing yesterday? How good am I doing it now? I drew this yesterday or 2 months ago, but I can draw it better now. Let's say, I don't know if you're a show jumper, I jumped over that fence with more of a comfort today than I did a month ago when I was working with this horse. Or in tennis, the strokes, the forehand, backhand, I'm more comfortable, more, timed it better now than I did 5 lessons ago. That's how you compare yourself. Otherwise, you'll always feel inferior. And we have Ashley says, you're becoming a technological genius here, right? If I was any of that, I would be able to put that background here for you instead of in the same background. I have loaded it up, but I can't. And Sandim, I think is from Netherlands, Sweden. Am I? Because I remember you wrote me a comment and I responded, and I remember, I think you said you're from Holland, something like that. Aman is here, says, I feel no girls will think I'm good for them. Well, that's what you think. How could you know what girls think in their heads or what other people think in their heads? You assume that's what they would be thinking because that's the amount of confidence you have of yourself. You shouldn't worry about what they think of you. You should just be who you are. And the ones who actually find themselves compatible and drawn to you will find you. You don't have to constantly change yourself back and forth in order to meet or fit somebody's standards. You keep a high standards on your own, and the ones who match your abilities, standards, credentials, or whatever it is that you're good at or you're interested in, they'll find you. Stop. Life is too short. Stop putting yourself down. Why you do that? Do you think if you put yourself down, the others will say, "Oh, he's such a good person, humble"? Why? Because we've been conditioned since childhood to be a beggar. You know, to ask, beg, please give me that. Since childhood, we had to beg someone, you know, the teacher, can I have a better grade? I did this, I did my best, because these are all the parameters that they've put on us that unless you get this grade, you're not as best as you could be. You're not good enough if you don't get A. You're not good enough if you don't get B. You're not good enough if you don't pass if you don't get C. So all these criteria have made you to become needy and begging for some possibility, a notion to prove to yourself, first of all, that you're good, that you measure up. And who has put that? Other people are supposed to allow you to measure up. They set the bar rather than you would be the only one who allows yourself to feel great about yourself. But what they have done, they've made you feel like you have to beg for anything. We have to give it to you. Our opinion about you makes you good or bad. Fuck that. Who the hell are you? Who died and left you in charge to actually set the parameters for me to be considered good or not good based on your opinion? Should be based on my opinion. And in my opinion, I'm top of the world. I'm handsome as it comes, intelligent as I can make myself to be, educate myself as much as I can possibly do whatever it is. If I'm playing tennis well, I can learn and be better. But I don't allow others to say, okay, I can see if my tennis playing is not good, I got to improve it. Hmm? So I do my best because that's a game. I can be really good at it. It's not someone's opinion. But if somebody tells me you're not a good person when they don't know anything about me and I know I'm a good person, why would I believe it? Why should someone tell me, oh, you're good looking or you're not good looking? If they say you're not good looking, then I'm not good looking. What if someone who says I am good looking, then I'm good looking? So that means what am I? Good looking or not good looking? So if you want to be living and measure yourself according to other people's opinion, you never know who you are. That's why you never listen to anybody else. You just be reasonable, do things as best as you can. Forget about what other people are saying things because it serves them. It's their opinion, not yours. So don't become a yo-yo. And that's what you're doing, um, Aman. You're constantly begging for somebody think of me as handsome or I'm good enough for this girl. She thinks you're not good enough. The hell with her. Next. That's it. That's all you have to do. All right. Let's go on to Sandim says Sweden. Yeah, there we go. I know there's some kind of a. Emmanuel says hello, Marin. Hello, Emmanuel. Emmanuel says male 29 Boston. Thank you for that. Astley says I'm friend with a lady for 1 year. Why do you call her a lady? Is she much older than you? How old are you, Ashley? Ashley, let's see. Ashley, you haven't said how old you are here? Are you kidding me? No, 30. Okay. So you say you're a friend with a lady. I understand that it's polite to say lady, but why are you saying it here? I'm trying to get into your own psyche that you have put her on pedestal right now, even though you're not in her presence. And there are not other people around that they don't know her, so you want to give her echelon of respect and call her lady. If you go into a restaurant and you see, I don't know, you say like bring a glass of wine or whatever she likes for the lady will have, I don't know, the hors d'oeuvre or whatever it is that she would want. The lady will have a cup of tea. I understand that. But when you're alone and you're saying here as a question that I've been seeing a lady, that already tells you that you feel inferior toward her or you want to lift yourself up by saying it's not a girl or woman, it's a lady. Why is she a lady? What has she done that she has shown proven that she deserves to be called a lady? Is she highly educated? Is she highly proper? Is she, I don't know, helping people who are needy? Does she live in a echelon that you could call her a lady because she's so compassionate and helpful and, I don't know, feeds the elderly or cures the common cold? Or what is it? What you can see is that you're pussy whipped already, and you're trying to call her a lady in order to elevate yourself, which means you're not so sure about your own confidence. I don't know how right I am in your case, but I feel you don't need to call her really. Say, I've been seeing a girl, I've been seeing my girlfriend, I've been seeing this woman, I've been seeing a lady. I don't know what the purpose of it is. And you got to figure that out. If it's just to respect her because you like her, I accept that. I understand. I appreciate that. If it's something that you want to elevate yourself by saying that it's not a regular woman, it's a lady, putting her up, then you got to have a good reason to put her up. What for? What has she done? How has she proven that she deserves that echelon? Be aware of this. These will play in your own psyche. When you think of her like this, when you're in front of her, then all you're doing, you are negotiating with her based on your needs, sexual needs. Because we always call somebody who's pretty and beautiful sitting there, oh, the lady would like, okay, why the fuck is she a lady? I understand she's a female, she's a woman, and all that, fine. And you want to be polite, fine. But in your mind, do you have a justification other than the fact that you want other people respect her, which is perfectly fine? You call her a lady, you call a woman lady, that's fine. But do you actually have a justification in your own mind, or you're actually brainwashing yourself to think of her higher than you without any qualifications? And these are what's going to play in your mind in a relationship with your lady. All right. All I'm saying is that you got to expect quality, integrity, loyalty, properness, ladylike before you give the attribute these, you know, these nicknames and all that. You got to expect from her as much as you expect yourself to bring quality to the table. These are all because I don't want you to enter a relationship already feeling inferior. Why? Because you have a need for sex, intimacy, and she's the one who can provide it. That's not good enough to give her the echelon that she might or might not deserve. She has to show for it, you know? If you don't behave as a gentleman, you're not worthy to be called a gentleman. You must be a gentleman, behave like one, been educated like one, be and dealing with people in a gentlemanly way, being dealing with children in a manner which would call you gentle and a man who is, having other people's safety and um, other good things in mind, priorities. Then you can be called a gentleman. Otherwise, if somebody calls you the gentleman here, it's a bullshit. Hmm? So don't follow the same and brainwash yourself internally by just calling somebody lady and all these echelons just because you're hot for her. I can understand that. You can play with that. But in reality, don't let that work into why? Because you're going to be abused later on in that relationship. Because everything she's going to say, you've already brainwashed yourself that, oh, it's a lady. She makes me feel worthy. And all, no, it doesn't. It's mutual. All right. So I'm friends with a lady for 1 year. My question is, can friends become romantic lovers? Yeah, why not? If that can happen, does it happen naturally? Yeah. But you got to take a step forward. If you really think you really like that friend of yours, you just tell her one day, say, listen, um, I've been friend with you for so long, and I've grown to like you more than a friend. What do you think about it? Would you like to date? Would you like to go on a date with me? A proper date? I know, with a smile and with, not so serious or sad or trembling. Just say, that's what it is. What do you think about it? Do you feel the same or nothing there? And laugh about it and see what she says. She says, "Yeah, I kind of like you too." I says, "Okay, why don't we make a proper date about it? Or, just give me some sugar now." Then break the ice. See what happens. Put it all on the line. What happens? Life is short. Don't be afraid of the emotions and don't waste time. Hey, look, I have a background here. When I bring this, oh, when it's green, look, guys, interesting. My cup is green. And when I put the green, you can see the background that I have in here. Wow, check that out. So I can show you where I was in 2019. See, that's Hawaii. That's Maui. That's the view from my room. That's cool. Let's see if I give you the background. Let me check it out. Let me show you guys where I was. All right, all right. There. See? Haha. This is where I was. That's the view from my room in 2019 in Maui. Wow. It was one of the best vacations I've ever had. Such a beautiful, brand new room, the tower of that hotel. And it was amazing. It was amazing. It was amazing. So every morning at breakfast, right down below in front of the ocean. And it was amazing, man. It's just amazing. All right. Let me get back to. I don't know how to switch back and forth on this. So we go. Here I am. Hello. That's cool. All right. But still, we can have this. Hello. We just learned something new. I mean, I did. Cool. All right. Pat Santo says, how you deal with OCD, intrusive thoughts image. Well, I have a video on that. I don't have to explain it to you here because it's right there. Let me see if I can catch that video for you. Image. If you go on my see, it says how to deal with intrusive images while, okay, that's while being intimate. What is your responsibility towards thoughts? Okay, how to stop and get intrusive thoughts and images disappear. That's the one you want. See, all you have to do is you go to my channel, and this is the link for you. Hmm. Let's see, where were we? And Pat, I also need to know your age, gender, where you're tuning in from. Emmanuel says, is it normal for a 50-year-old woman to be shy? Why wouldn't it? We can all be shy at one point or another. I feel like a woman at church likes me, but she's too shy to make an advancement. Emmanuel, how old are you? Let me see. Let me see. You're 29 years old. A 50-year-old woman, of course, if she's really interested in you, uh, in a romantic way, naturally she would be hesitant to approach you because she would be perhaps branded as a cougar or, like inappropriate, but she's not sure. And you should, you know, if you're interested in her and you have had discussions and you guys see you're interested, well, then perhaps you can ask her out and make it easy for her, you know? So she would have less of a pressure being much older than you, feeling a little bit maybe hesitant, um, especially, I don't know what physical shape she's in, how she looks. She may or may not have the confidence that she had a few years earlier. If she would meet a 29-year-old, now she could still be hot, but not so confident because you're so much younger. So if you think that, and you can sniff it, that the interest is there from both sides, make it easy on her and ask her out. And if she says no, well, that's a compliment to her. Nothing happened to you. And if she says yes, well, that's easy. That's, we've done a gentlemanly work without having her to, you know, be pressed in something that she's not sure if she can approach or not. So there you go. And Emmanuel says the problem is though is that I think I like her too. Well, it's not a problem. She's hot. She's hot. There's so many women in their 50s. They're just hot as hell. They keep well. They're fit. They're good looking. They're educated. And what else do you want? And Deep Diver says, hello, True Blue. Hello, darling. How are you? Well, let me show you True Blue just for you. Here it is. I give you my vacation spot. There it is. Enjoy, darling. This is True Blue. So you guys munch on that till I see what else. Deep Diver says, I was never a beggar in school. I made sure I kept failing so they had to beg me to pass. Good job. You're naughty girl. Good for you. Aman says, what if her name is Lady Gaga? Come on, shut up, Aman. You're talking serious here. Okay. Sandim says, any thoughts on being a survivor of narcissistic, psychopathic parents? The key word is survivor. If you've survived, that means you've become stronger and you've learned so much. So kudos to you. You've handled it, you've managed it. Life is like the ocean of lots of waves, storms, tsunamis, ups and downs. But you can't stop the waves from flowing. You can't stop the wind from blowing. You can't stop the tsunami and storms. But what you can do through experiences of going through these situations, you become an experienced captain. That's where the value is. The value is not about being a victim or a victor in the face of a tsunami or a storm. The value is how you have handled it, because that experience will stay with you and you can guide others, help others, and be immune to such situations. If it ever happens again, you can tell it because you're so experienced. You've gone through the whole ups and downs and the roller coaster and the danger of it, and you've come out victorious. The information and education and experience you got from that is where the value is. And life has got so much shit in it that we go through it. And instead of thinking about the shit itself, think about the value you got out of it and how you managed it, how more powerful and stronger you are now, how you can motivate yourself and others if they're going through such situations. And your knowledge about this will be like a radar that keeps you away from all such shitty situations in the future. So, as this guarded by my mother, I'm suffering with intrusive thoughts. Well, look, you're now not a, young pup anymore. You're strong, you're experienced, you're in control. Hopefully, you have your own job, and forgive them. Forgive them not because it's okay what they've done, it's because that's all they knew. That's their shortcoming. That's on them, not on you. So, all right, let's change this back to moi. And Ashley says the reason I referred to her as a lady was just out of respect. I know, I know, but it's a little bit deeper than that, right? Out of respect to who? You want me to respect her? I don't even know her. So naturally, I respect any woman that I know her the same. But you trying to show her that she's a lady in front of me, that's kind of neither here nor there. Who is she to me? Who am I to her? Why would I respect her without knowing who she is? Just because you call her a lady? Who is she? What has she done? What has she accomplished in life to be considered a lady? So you're trying to muster up an echelon for her in this setting. It's just brainwashes you that you couldn't have the guts to call her a girlfriend or a lady friend. If you say lady friend, that's acceptable because that means it's a woman and it's a friend. But you don't want to say woman because you want it to be more respectful. But if you say lady, then we're going into these movies of lady this, lady that, and for what reason? Just because they're female, but they haven't really behaved as a lady to be compassionate, kind, helpful, this and that, so forth. You get my drift? So I understand that. And he says, you are right, what you were saying, that I should be mutual respect between a man and one. There you go. Now you got it. You know what I'm talking about. Deep Diver says, thanks for the true blue picture. However, I see no lady. Is the picture by the beach, Mehran, a photo without a lady? Yeah, I know. I didn't have a date then. Or what the lady by your side? Well, I'm waiting for you. Maybe next time you'll come with me. See, that's how you guys find the opportunity and properly hit on a hot woman. That's what you do. Just it was just a it was an educational hit right now. But you see, you gotta be looking for this is educational program here. So yeah, no, I had no date at that time. It was me, myself, and I. And says, or was the lady by your side? No, actually, or perhaps in your deep thoughts and memory. There's always some lady in my deep thoughts and memory. But no, that's the view from my room. That was the view from my room, and it's um, it's in Maui, Kaanapali. It's Lahaina, in Lahaina, and it was in Westin Maui Resort and Spa. It's right on the beach, and right beside it, it's a beautiful open mall, lots of beautiful shops, ice cream places, jewelry stores, clothing shops, t-shirts, and all these other wonderful things. And then you can have breakfast or dinner right on the beach, actually. Right, there's nothing between you and the ocean. You're just on that grass, or you're in the hotel's um, restaurant area. Just they have different parts of it, and then there's lots of amenities of pools and all that this side. That was my view every morning. I would wake up and meditate in the evenings, and I made lots of videos while I was there from that same view that was behind me. And there's some of them. It says Maui or something. It's there. Yeah. And Sandeem says, thank you. You're welcome. Sky Mendel says, so. Ah. Pat Santos says, I'm from New York. I from New York. 26. Ah, okay. Thank you for that. And Sky Mendel says, thanks for everything you share with us. You're quite welcome. Let me know age, gender, and where you're tuning in from, please, if you will. I get my face back on the screen so you guys don't forget, just in case. Can you guys hear me? Put some kind of a comment if you can or cannot hear me. So this button, when I mute it doesn't do anything, huh? And Sky Mendel says, we hear you very well. And he says, I'm a man, 36, Tunisian in France. Oh, comment ça va aujourd'hui? Huh? Enchanté. Limited French, though. Ah, see, right now, it doesn't show. Why? Too much of, not enough green, I guess. Let me just add a little bit. There we go. Now we can have both. I can show you guys while I drink my tea. You can see, and that's close to the black rocks. Beyond that, what you see where my cup is showing, beyond it, there's a beach. Is my favorite beach. It's very shallow, very beautiful. My son and I discovered it years ago, years and years ago. And then every time we go there, we still go same place. Wow. This is cool actually. I can be in Maui, like I'm in Maui and I'm talking to you guys. That's cool. Wunderbar. But I can take this back this side. There we go. Cool. I like this actually. I don't need the green screen behind me, but um, so Sky Mendel says, I don't know if I can ask any question, but I recently Lioka Lee Oak up with the very beautiful woman. What is Lioke? Is it a misspell? Beautiful woman because the communication was really poor. You mean broke up? Oh, it probably means broke up, huh? It was corrected by typo, I guess, by and messed it up. So I recently broke up with a beautiful, very beautiful woman because the communication was really poor with her. Now I'm suffering the pain of that breakup. Yeah, naturally, especially if she's beautiful, you're going to be suffering because we men are very visual and we are very, you know, interested in the intimacy experience. So the more beautiful we think of the woman, the more difficult it is, even though if we didn't have a good communication with her. Because once we break up, we are no longer really focused on nitty gritties of communication. The what hits us in the head bigger than anything else is her body and sexuality and the all the rest of it. That's the prime, so to speak, directive of our program. So that's what's going to be most visible to us as a vacuum. What's missing, and we because it's so tasteful and so pleasurable, we even forget about how many things were wrong in that relationship: the communication, the treatment, the attitude, the manners, the everything else. We just somehow don't see it because the possibility of fulfilling the desire for pleasure through intimacy with her overshadows everything else that was wrong. That's why most people, when they break up, legitimately, they break up. They have no other choice. They tried, it doesn't work. They break up. Even though they have all these reasons, legitimate reasons that why they broke up, they still feel hurt, sad, upset, frustrated because they miss that sexuality, that arrangement, that what would bring oxytocin. And oxytocin is very important for our balance. And we may think that we're missing her, but we're actually missing the balance. We're missing the order that we had created in our life, that she was part of it. Now we can't have the same order and routine and rhythm because she's no longer there to be able to facilitate what was being done in that day. And plus, we are missing the secretion of the neurotransmitter oxytocin by holding her hand, looking at her, intimacy and all that, hugging her. So all of that play a role in why you miss her. It's not that you necessarily miss that particular very person only and that cannot be replaced. No, it just hasn't been replaced yet. But in the meantime, until you find somebody else that you will get to communicate better and feel the same attraction, sexual attractions towards, you will be missing that one, even though you're aware of all the shortcomings, because the intimacy part overshadows all the other things that was the real reason for the breakup. So you got to be aware of that. Are you guys telling me if I click on this button that says mute, you can still hear me? Like right now, can you? I said, do you hear the words coming out of my mouth? Now I say it again. See if you can hear it. All right. Ha. So it is mute. So hang on for a second. Okay. So Sky Mendel says, Astley says, oh, no. Deep Diver says, personal question. Have you ever thought of contacting your former Japanese fiance if she's not married? Well, I have, but the reason I did was not just for selfish reasons, because I was interested to know if she's well, she's healthy, she's safe. In 2000, I don't know when it was a big earthquake in Kobe. That's where she's from. And the Kobe was totally devastated. And even though I was hoping that because she was married, she could have probably moved out of the province or prefecture, but I wasn't sure. So I tried to search for her on internet, but the search engines are not compatible with Japanese search engine. I didn't know how to search in Japanese, so I failed. I couldn't. I tried. I couldn't. I couldn't see if she's. I hope she's fine. I hope she's safe and uh, survived the earthquake. But yeah, I did. But no, it's different time. It's a fantasy. It's a wonderful connection. It's possible that she may have also tried because we had this, I guess, somewhat deep bond at that young age. But it's a different time now. God knows how many years have passed. What is it? 40 some odd years, 42 years past. So um, I all I care about is if she's healthy and fine and happy in her life, and that's it. I have no specific interest other than her safety and health and so on. Hmm. Check this out. Isn't that cool? Wow. I love it. I'm going to leave this feature always. Hmm. It's like a taste of Maui every time. And so Astley says, thanks for your advice, Maren. I wish you had set up your YouTube channel 15 years ago. I wouldn't have pursued or dated some of the women I met when I was younger. I was so naive in my youth. No, no, you had to date them to be who you are today. You had to go through that experience. You know, how else do we learn? There is not one date that I regret, and I've been on few dates. It's not one date that I regret. Every one of them taught me something emotional. You learn about yourself. How vulnerable you are, how tough you are, how you know if you should be thinking that way or not. It's all through that whole experience that you learn. um Sky Mendel says her mentality, her level of communication, the way she speaks to me is superficial. I tried my best during years, but she still has the same level. Well, since I don't know really exactly what level that is and what she was saying or not saying, I can't make a comment on that. But I can understand if the communication is very limited. How you can't be constantly kissing or you know hugging and the rest of it. You can't be constantly talking about the same thing. You want a deeper conversation. And if that doesn't go, eventually you may find it okay because there are other things you could compensate, like there are other manners that she loved and she was about and she was generous with it, and you would balance it all out, because nobody's perfect. Nobody can give you exactly what you want every time that you want it, and you can't give them exactly what they're hoping every time that their emotional needs are in this level or that level or any other need that they may have. Maybe they want to have sex, you don't want to have it, you don't want to feel like it, or maybe you want to have sex and they don't feel like it. So, or emotionally or culturally or functionally or sports activities or movies or whatever, it could be all different things, and you can't always be accommodating each other exactly as you expect. So that is given in any relationship. So if there are other things that could compensate for the shortcomings, well, that's a balance and you just keep it together. But if you expect a woman to be, your partner, you're a woman or you're a man or whatever, it is, you expect your relationship to be perfect in all angles. Well, whose is that? I mean, ask anybody who's been married. The reason they got married because it was all amazing, yeah. So they really got married. But through the marriage, that what made them to feel amazing about each other was no longer that. Why? Because through time, if you don't really grow together on consciousness level, which is very difficult, it is not always the same as it was before you get married. You know, Dr. Phillipson is very smart and educated scientist, and somehow through the grapevine, I heard that he made this analogy, which I hope I don't butcher it because I didn't hear it firsthand, but I repeated what I assume he said, which is brilliant. Brilliant. Dr. Phillipson says that the woman that is your girlfriend is not the same woman that you fell in love with or met as a friend. The woman that you married is not the same woman that you knew before marriage. And the woman that you divorce is not the same woman that you got married. In other words, same woman is different woman in a relationship. You guys each are different at a different stage of relationship. I hope I didn't butcher what he says, which I'm sure I did because he's much more brilliant than what I tried to say. But it is very clear for me what he's trying to say. The woman that you marry is not the same woman before marriage. And the woman that is your girlfriend, after a while, is not the same woman that you were trying to be her boyfriend and get a relationship going. But next time I have an opportunity, I'll try to find out how he put it. Um, Ash says, "Yo, Meran, yo, Ash says, good to see your face." Yeah. What part of me have you been seeing before? That is good to see my face. I only comment with this end up here. So thank you. I understand. I'm just in a goofy mood. Don't worry about it. Says, good to see your face for once. So I was right then. The says the sex has become a lot better between me and my girlfriend, but now there is yet another doubt, and that's that I'm not capable of pillow talk anymore. Come on, man. Shakespeare said, life is the biggest stage. Life is an stage. And what actors do on a stage, with all the standing ovations they get and all the appreciations they get, do you really think that's the reality? That's the person who lives and things like that? No, they're actors. They're acting the damn thing out to bring out a certain emotions and certain capture certain scenario, certain story. And so, what's the difference between life? You can't do pillow talk. Why the fuck not? Get into the role. Get into the role. You're thinking every single step of the way in this life is supposed to be all without any distraction, without any statics, without any fogging on the window, and everything should be clear and pure as it must and as it could be at best. Well, look, that's not the reality. There's so many debris and shit in the air. As you breathe, you got to filter it. There's so many garbage flowing into the air when you can want to see, could be hazy. So you filter it, you focus it. When you want to breathe, the hair in your nostrils filters the shit that is in the air, and you just take in what's necessary. But you can't say, oh, I won't breathe until it's perfectly clean and cleansed and no debris. Well, that's not the life we're living in. The same thing, whether it's the intrusive thought that shows up that stops you thinking, oh, it's not pure, it's not real, it's not actual. Why is it not exactly synchronized as what it should be? There is no such thing. It's all bullshit. It's all thought. You filter it. You choose and pick and assemble, and you create that atmosphere. So you're in bed with your woman, with your girlfriend. You're not in the mood for pillow talk. Fuck you. Be in the role and do pillow talk. It's a role. Play the role. Create that atmosphere. Just like the fucking brain is trying to intrude and turn what is natural for you into something weird or something distractive or destructive. You create the other version of it. You modify it. You create a role. You create a story. You're capable of. You're an actor. You're a human being on this earth. You're in a role. The whole life is a theater. So act it and create that atmosphere and make that atmosphere real. Talk pillow talk. Act it out. Get into the act. So much so that it becomes the reality. How actors become experts and get all these amazing ovations and recognitions, because they get into the act so far deep that they become that. So instead of allowing the brain to turn you in something that you're not by making you go deep into that role and brainwash you by all these intrusive thoughts that we are all aware why and how it happens, then you counter it by acting so deep in what you want it to be that you become that, and overwhelms and overshadows everything else that the fucking brain, is trying to interfere and interrupt you from enjoying the reality of you. Something is interfering with your reality and actuality, then bring about the big muscle, bring about the big tanks, bring about the big weaponries and armaments, and create a new reality out of what it's trying to overshadow. You overshadow what's trying to overshadow your reality with your own reality and actuality as it's been. So you kind of bury what the brain is trying to introduce, which is false. Get in the act. Act it out to the point that it becomes what it always have been. And that way you push the bullshit of the brain out. Create your reality, my friend. Don't wait for reality to show itself. You create your reality. As I said, always, life is an illusion. The illusion you focus on is the reality. Create the illusion. that is in line with your values and reality. Hence, you will create an actuality of your being and your life as it's designed to be, as you prefer it, as you wish it, as you want it to be. I says, thank you, Miran. Funnily enough, I thought I'd seen enough of your videos for one lifetime, but now I'm gonna have to watch all of your damn relationship ones now too. Yes, that's right. The OCD and the rest of it is just a minuscule part. Maybe altogether, maybe 300 or 200 videos. But I've got 3,000 videos on the relationship stuff and, thoughts and so on and so forth. So get to them. Ash says, Marin, I don't feel I'm capable of having pillow talk with my pillow. How can I correct that? There's no need to correct because you think there is some kind of a jury is sitting to grade you on it. You're the boss, you're the judge, you're the actor. You do what you like, and that's acceptable. That's all. That's all. Command it, demand it, extend it. It will be. Japanese say, Hajimete Yamete. That's what we learn in Aikido. It ends before it begins. It's done before it begins, meaning your intention makes something that hasn't been done before you start doing it. Your intention to something to be extends beyond you take steps to make that something to be as you wish it to be. So it's done before it begun. It's done before it begun. It's done before it becomes. No, it's done before it begins. Yeah, before it begins. So, hajimete yamete. I think that's what it was all about. It's done before it began. Just Marin, I was joking. My pillow isn't sen- sentient, unfortunately. That's all right. We all have had those moments. We've all kissed our pillows and talked to pillows in the absence of what was absent. So no shame on that. As long as you stop at the pillows and you don't start, with the trees and the rocks, you're safe. But who knows, what goes through our minds. All right. All right. All right. All right. Isha Mirza says, why does HOCD feel so? Okay, Isha, I've got videos on this, hundreds of them. Go on my, in fact, there is one that I just uploaded, I believe. Let me see if I can help you with that. There is one that I just uploaded. Um, there it is. There it is. I'm going to give you this. This is something you guys can do. You don't have to ask me. Just go on my channel and in the search engine of my channel, put in like one word of what you want to say, like feel so real or real. Here it is, the one that probably specifically is going to help you with that. Here's the link for it. You can watch this. And the title is exactly what you asked for. You will see the title when you click on it. And Sky Mendel says, my attachment and desire to that beautiful woman makes want to be with her, but my mind knows that our mentality, culture, communication, way to see life, etc., doesn't match. Yeah, okay, all right, that's your choice, and that's what you decide. But don't punish yourself because of the decision you made. You made a decision because you had reasons. You already discussed this with yourself, debated it with yourself that she's this, she's that, she's gorgeous. I want her, I want to be with her, but yet you had other reasons that eventually, in the balance, you decided to break it up. Now that you have stopped fucking being a pussy, move on. The world hasn't come to an end just because, oh, she's so beautiful and I can't be with her anymore. Okay, okay. All right. Find somebody else. It's not the end of the world. What were you doing before you met her? What were you doing before you met her? You couldn't be happy? You were happy, you were doing your things. So to say you're not in the same place, nothing has happened. Now you look for somebody as beautiful with extraordinary uh, qualities that you expect. But this particular one, you were with her. You decided that it's not fitting. Okay, then end it. And you ended it, finish it. You can't be just saying, oh, it's not working. I've worked hard. I thought of it in years. I can't do it anymore. So I break up. But then say, but I really want to. Which? What? What is it going to be? You choose to crumble and die, or you choose to say, okay, I understand this. My values were not being met. I'm going to go and find someone that's got more values than the looks, or more balanced, or whatever. Make a decision. You can't just be there in the limbo. I don't want her, but now that I don't have her, I broke it up. I want her. Grow a pair, okay? That's my final word. My, my final answer. All right, all right, all right. And Isha says, thank you so much. You're quite welcome. All right. So why do we have 8 people here? Isn't that kind of a depressing? I thought there would be 800 people here. What's wrong with you guys? Why don't you promote this channel? No soup for you. I'm pissed off. What are you guys doing all week? Don't you guys think that it's time to promote this channel, the channel that you say it has helped you so much? God damn it, get on with it. Share it. Talk about it. Promote it. It's been 9 years. What have you guys done for me? No, honestly, God damn it. What have you guys done for me? I've done a lot for you guys. And I'm really pissed off. Get on with it. Deep Diver says, it is quality versus quantity, Mehran. In what context are you talking about? Relationships or my channel? Clarity, please, clarity. Oh, Maui. See, it's amazing. It's amazing. Just the fact that it takes my mind there, I become much calmer. Calmer about the insolence of my subs who don't do shit about promoting this channel. How else do you want me to make this channel go on? All right. I feel better. All right. So we've got whopping 10 people here. I shouldn't have been started. I should have just gone for a walk by the beach and, you know, check out the babes. Instead, I'm here and I've got 10,000 people. Oh, no, sorry. It's 10 people. I don't know what motivates me to continue doing this anyhow. I guess it's the emails that I received sometimes is, you saved my life. I'm here because of you. But I wish more people would have had the chance to find this channel. We got good stuff here. So if you haven't, get off your ass and promote this channel, guys. Seriously. We're going to wither and die. I can't do this all the time. If there's not enough subscribers and not enough viewers, so the channel won't make money, then I can't dedicate more time on it. And obviously, I got to move on to, you know, do something that I don't necessarily love. I mean, like I've been doing for the past God knows how many years, but would be more economically viable. So promote the channel so we'll have enough viewers and enough subscribers. So then the advertisements and the program will help the channel to grow, and then we'll be able to dedicate more time on it. That's all I'm asking you guys to do. The rest I've done, for heaven's sake. Deep Diver says, in the context of the amount of people watching your content, we're quality subscribers. Of course you are. Of course you are. I, I don't doubt that. That's for sure. Anybody who finds this channel and sticks with it and watches it is a highly intelligent and quality subscriber. That's for sure. No doubt about it. Do, 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 do. Blowing my own horn. However, it's true. It is true, for heaven's sake. I mean, if you were intelligent, you wouldn't be here. It's dime a dozen stuff is out there. And Mehran Ash says, your teacup is see-through. Have you learned magic? Well, yes. I put a green background halfway, and because my cup is green, when I do it here, it shows you where I was in Maui in 2009. And it brings that tranquility that you expect from such journey. And there's a little boat here somewhere. Come on, where are you? Where are you? The boat, the boat, the boat. There it is. There's the boat. And there is the, wow, that's the view from my room. Nice. It's a journey by itself. Emmanuel says, you missed my question. Did I now? I think I answered it, didn't I? Let's see. Ah, here's another one says, you missed my question. Oh, did I? Okay, let's go higher. It says, I've been single since 2018. Isn't it too much time? I feel slightly desperate. Oh, no. I've been single sometimes for 7 years because I've been picky and expected certain criteria and standards. If I don't find it, I don't want it. So don't worry about it. Keep on searching. And Emmanuel says, okay. Uh, Sky Mandel says, just to let you know, the delay between your messages and your answer is long and not instantaneous. Yeah, I know. It can't be because these are the systems. Before I had the OBS and it was about 20 seconds delay. And this is now StreamYard, which is a better system, in my opinion. And they all have some lag. You don't want to make it spontaneous because instantaneous because it just doesn't work that way, and it becomes a little bit harder for the system to handle it. But to you, it's the same because it's always 20 seconds behind. So it's a continuous. So you don't see the, you just take it 20 seconds later, but not every one of them. It's just, to you, it should be instantaneous. No, 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 no. Deep diver. No, that's not what it means, my dear, because each person changes in different frequency. One might grow himself very in a very aware state, but cannot be control of the changes that the other person goes through, which could or could not be in line with the values that was shared previously at the outset of their introduction or interactions. It's like saying two missiles are fired together. One goes haywire and goes up and down, this way, that way. And you can't say because the other one was not aware of his own growth. No, it could be growing differently and straight going toward the target or toward the destination or some distance. But the other one could be actually moving outside of the program or not based on the lineage or the expected trajectory that was set off to. That's a deviation from this missile. So a partner, a woman or the man, could be growing or changing way beyond what is expected from the outset values and manners, morals, and behavior to something totally unacceptable to the other partner who has actually been gradually and logically growing. So that is not what he meant. All right. So it could be the other way around too, for the woman feels the same way for the man, and for the man feels the same way for the woman. Now we had Indilugani here that I just see a message. Salam Mehran, is this 24 May London? Hello, Indilugani. Says, I find myself looking at my ex social media who blocked me. I feel like I'm missing out on how she is. Look, so big fucking deal. Who cares how she looks? Remember what I told you once? Is this if this wheel doesn't turn for me, I don't care if it turns at all. The wheel being life. If the cycle and the circumstances of this life or whatever it's offering, whatever is happening in it, is not directed towards you, it's not the offering is not for you, then why do you care what they're being offered? If there's some kind of amazing food and festivity is being offered over there, and how delicious the food are, what does it got to do with me if I'm not invited? I don't give a damn about it. I go about my own business and find whatever that I'm supposed to do or accomplish or brings, some festivity or happiness or contentment to me. So why you care how she looks? So what? When you look at a magazine or look at so many more beautiful movie stars. Why does it have to look at her? Why do you have to think that you're missing anything if you're not with that biological entity? So what? She has to do her own stuff. So big deal. You are the one who's making her a big deal. By herself, she's not a big deal. She still has to go through the same things that other people have to go to make ends meet, to, satisfy her needs during the day or eat or clean up herself or whatever it is. Why do you make such a it's your desire that you're in love with. It's the pleasure, desire for pleasure that you're in love with. And because she can facilitate that, you think she's amazing. No, what you're really pursuing is fulfilling your desire through pleasure. And the source that can bring that pleasure to fulfill your desire to you, it becomes special to the point that you think that source that facilitates that pleasure for that desire for pleasure is actually special. She's not special. What really makes her special is your desire for pleasure. That's all. So change that. Take that away from her. Stop checking her out. Check out so many more beautiful movie stars out there. It's gorgeous. Because if it's not offered to you, if she's not giving it to you, if she's not interacting with you, who cares how beautiful she is? Who cares? There's so many beautiful women. What are you going to do? Oh, I don't have that. Oh, I don't have that. Oh, I don't have that. Oh, that one doesn't say hello to me. Oh, well, you ignore anything that is not interacting with you, and you go about the one who is. Hmm? And if that's also something that you fancy. That's right. That's right. Deep diver says, you see, Meran, you see, you don't need to go out for a walk at the beach when you can bring the beach to you and us. That's true. But there are a lot more things on the beach. I can't bring it here. At least, I can feast my eyes. Here, I see my own face. That's not feasting my eyes for me. Ash says, Maron, although you definitely deserve 800 people viewing your live videos, I think it would be enough to put you in a coma for the stress of it all. Your bank account will be looking better, though. That's right. Of course. That's the whole point. I told you you're smart. I told you people with OCD are above average intelligent. Deep Diver says, see, Meron, did you get did you get to the seventh year itch? I don't know what that means. Does it mean after 7 years you get the desire? I all through the 7 years I had the itch every day, but there was nothing to itch me or me itch it. So the itch was there. The itching wasn't possible. Okay. Now let's get back to get back on ground floor. Sky Mendel says it's wow. We got whopping 12 people, guys. Uh, it says it's 31 here in France. Ah, is it? So that means 8 hours, about 9 hours ahead, is it? And you see, in France, I found your direct just before sleeping, and I tried. First time for me using this direct chat with you, sir. Oh, good. I'm glad you did that. You guys know that I have a site called mindthatseekstruth.com. Mind at oops. Truth.com. Mindthatseekstruth.com. You can go on it and you can always make an appointment on Skype for Skype or Zoom consultation. And if you register for 1 hour as a new client, I'll throw in another hour and we'll have 2 hours. Plenty of time to discuss one-on-one on Skype what's concerning you. And Joseph Clairgot, I hope I didn't butcher the name. Sorry about that. Says, so I just broke up. First, before you say anything, let me know your gender, age, where you're tuning in from, which country you're watching, what is your age, and so on. And I read your comment while you do that. Says, so I just broke up with my girl and I feel much better being single versus being in a relationship with her. Okay, then that's glorious. That's wonderful. If that's how you feel and works for you, great. Why not? There are some relationship that needs to be broken up, and there's some relationship that actually feels great right from the outset when you break up. But there's some relationship that actually feels terrible when you break up because of the all the duration, all the things and the memories and so on. But it is actually the right thing to do because after a while, that whole desire or the anxiety of not being together moves on, passes on, disappears, and all the new things that you were expecting to accomplish and pursue comes to fruition or becomes a possibility, and that is really where the life is at. So you got to make that changes, even though sometimes it doesn't feel good, but it's good for you. And Ashes, I've got a solution to help get more people to your channel, Meron. Have a sex change operation. Wear a glamorous wig, wear lipstick, and call yourself Maharanda. Well, maybe I could go as far as growing a beard and put a turban or something, but I ain't gonna go that way. That's Deep Diver says, thank you, Meron, for your very pleasant presence. I don't want to keep you away from feasting your eyes on the beach instead of fasting your eyes on the PC screen. Yeah, I know, I know. But that's all right. I'll get to do that tonight. I usually go for my 10-kilometer walk at night. And so that would, that's, that's pretty acceptable. And it's pretty romantic anyhow. By the beach, nighttime, it's very nice stroll. Joseph says 28 male, South Florida. Did I answer your question, Joseph? No, I did, didn't I? Yeah, I did. And Joseph says 28 male, South Florida. Ah, the free state. Good for you. Lucky you. You're living away from the bullshit. And Ash says you might have to flash some legs now and then. It's hairy. I don't think the right crowd that I'm looking for would be interested. Yeah. So Joseph says, in the beginning, I felt the breakup guilt and I almost got back with her. But I have to talk to myself and get over that because it was going to her short term, but the long term benefit is what I want. Then stick with it. If she's not the right one, let her be free, find what she's looking for, what could be suitable for her, and as well for yourself. And Joseph says, I'm 28, male in South Florida. Okay. Deep Diver says, then Meran, we will have to call you Mullah. Mullah Meran. No, please don't. Mullah Mehran Baradar. If you want to beard look. No, I didn't say I would want to. I said that suggestion of growing a beard is a reasonable suggestion, but wearing a wig and lipstick and all that, that's an unreasonable expectation from me. That's what I meant. No, definitely not mullah or that shit. I don't want that. The sooner we get them out of our country, the better we off. God damn it. Um, Ashstrom says romantic stroll on the beach with the seagulls. No, my friends, I've thought that through. I don't walk with seagulls at nights. They're hidden treasures that I walk with. So don't look at me as a simple man. I am, but I have my plans. After all, I was not made yesterday. I come from the old line of soldiers of Persian Empire. So we defend the fort night or day. We look for prey night or day. Our eyes are sharp like a hawk. We pick up the fish before it surfaces on the water. Now, having said that enough, let's get back to what we are here for. And Deep Diver says, well, then you will get a lot of Taliban viewers. Yeah, that's right. No, I ain't going to be wearing any turban or a beard. Even for growing the number of the viewers, that won't happen. um, right, right. Okay, we've got 8 people here, so it's pretty much is like a private session. Deep Diver says, "Yep, Mehran, you got the plan. You'll have a stroll with the seagirls, not seagulls. You're right, actually. That's the plan." It's been quite fruitful so far. Very pleasant. Very pleasant. I recommend it. I highly recommend it. Okay, guys, it looks like we've been together for a while, and I bet you it's pretty late where you guys are, especially for Iran and some of the far places like France and UK. But it's funny that we are actually uh, shrinking in numbers. There was a time that we used to have like 30, 32 people, which itself wasn't much, but we had left and right, and I'd be talking my. Sometimes we had like 4, 5 hours. The longest live stream I had was 5 hours. Actually, 5 hours. It was a long, lots of people, lots of questions, and I was, you know, eager to answer them. But all those questions have caused us to have all that available on the separate uploads. So um, we've got pretty much any question that anyone could have about breakups or about OCD, HOCD, whatnot. We've got array of helpful videos, and that's why we now have the material. We just need viewers and exposure. So once my site is revamped, which my brilliant programmer in UK is working on it, and I highly appreciate his efforts. Uh, he's an amazing gentleman, and he knows what he's doing. I'm excited to get that site in a very good functioning, straightforward level. And then I do some advertising for Google or whatnot in order to get it more exposure. Deep Diver says, thank you. Yes, I had a nap and your live notification made me even livelier. Oh, okay. That's an encouraging message. Thank you for that, Deep Diver. And all right, Ash. Teresa Lassalle. It's a French name, is it? Teresa, I need age, gender, where you're tuning in from, which country, which city. Says maybe people haven't been dating much during the pandemic. Maybe that's why. So let us know when you get set up with the new site, onward and upwards. And not only are you wise, you're hilarious. Thank you, Teresa. Thank you very much. Teresa says 73 years in New York City. Oh, New York City, the Big Apple. Thank you for being here, Teresa. I appreciate it. I'm delighted that you enjoyed the live stream and the videos, possibly. And thank you for the kind words. And what else can I say? So tell me, you have a French last name, yeah? So does that mean you immigrated from some French-speaking country, or your parents did? Teresa says, I do still date. Wonderful. Excellent. The pandemic has made it a little difficult for people to find suitable or compatible people. We hardly meet anyone, uh, you know, but that's the plan, isn't it? First, suffocate us through all kind of rules, and then take away all our liberties, and bit by bit turn us into robots and submit to their wishes, and then put shit into our existence and possibly kill us. And that's why we have to be very careful about all the bullshit that is going on. And Deep Diver says, I shall bid all blocks, blokes, gals, gentlemen, ladies, and anyone in between a pleasant day and night. Okay, darling, you have a wonderful evening. Thank you for being here. It's always a pleasure. And you have a wonderful evening. Sleep well, and we'll talk later. And Teresa says, no, Italian. Oh, come stai? Va bene? And Teresa LaSalle. Oh, yeah, okay, I can see that. Says grandparents from Italy did not know how to spell their name, LaSalle. So Guy wrote down Teresa LaSalle. Got it. Deep Diver says, ciao, ciao, darling. And Sky Mendel says, I feel that I am trying to change her or level up things I don't like. She changed so many things during our relationship, probably because she loves me, but it doesn't seem to be deep changes. Huh. It's up to you. You figure out if you have better choices, go for it. And if you don't, then don't have pie in the sky. If the woman loves you and she's got both parts of her being compatible with you, and you're compatible with her, mind and body, then don't expect only her to be perfect. Nobody's perfect. And I'm sure you're not. I'm not. Nobody is. So, in her mind and in her eyes, you may have shortcomings that she doesn't dare to say because she probably loves you. But you should become the judge of that, as fair as you can be, and understand we're all humans, and none of us are perfect, or if we are, will remain perfect. So it's a compromise, and measure the good and the bad, the high quality and not so high quality, and help each other to compromise. Always, grass on the other side of the fence seems greener, but not necessarily. But if you've already considered all these and came to this conclusion, then stick with it and go on. And he says, I just checked up your website. I'm very interested for having a Skype conversation with you. Thank you for this direct. It works. Wunderbar. Très bien. So, guys, if you don't mind, it's 1 hour and 45 minutes. I think it's time for you all to enjoy the rest of your evening, if that's possible. And for me, it's time for me to say I love you all. Thank you very much for being here, giving me the opportunity to share a thing or two with you. I look forward to talk to you again. If it's spontaneous and one of these nights I come out live, and I hope you guys get the notification and join me. If not, please do talk about it on social media and share the videos you like on your social media, or talk about it on chat lines and promote the channel and give it exposure so other people can get help that is available on this channel. And at the same time, the channel can get exposure and be more known and visible and get more subscribers and economically become more viable and so on and so forth. In the meantime, I look forward to talk to you again next week, if not sooner. Be good to yourself and to the others, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye for now. Minded but concerning. subscribe on my channel, visit my channel, and go through the videos that you might be interested in. Mind@seekstruth.com is making it one step away to talk to me one-on-one on Skype and discuss what's concerning you. I'll talk to you soon.